Good afternoon. My name is Eric Schuettpelz, and I'm a curator and presently chair of the Department of Botany at the National Museum of Natural History. Before we begin the program today, I want to take a moment to quickly apologize for the issues with capacity that arose yesterday. Thankfully, we were able to address the problem, but I realize that some of you may have stopped trying to connect before a fix was in place. But please rest assured that the presentations were indeed recorded and will soon be posted online. Once again, I'd also like to point out a few details concerning the webinar today. First, it features live closed captioning. To turn this function on or off, you can click the CC button at the bottom of the Zoom interface. Second, if at any time during today's event you have a question for the speakers or otherwise, you can submit it using the Q&A box, again, at the bottom of the interface. Questions for the speakers may be answered in the Q&A box directly if they're of the yes or no or briefly answered variety, or during the live panel discussion, which will follow the presentations. With that, welcome to day 2 of the 18th Smithsonian Botanical Symposium. This is our first year organizing an online event, and it's wonderful to be able to include so many of you from around the country and around the world. As you know, the focus of this year's event is on plant symbioses, and we've been hearing about current research exploring the intimate and long-lasting relationships that plants have with bacteria, fungi, and invertebrates. Yesterday featured 3 great talks by Drs. Naomi Pierce, Jay Bolin, and Posey Busby. We also saw the presentation of the Jose Cuatrecasas Medal for Excellence in Tropical Botany to Dr. Sebsebe Demisub, and congratulations, Dr. Demisub. Today, we'll hear from 3 additional speakers, and following the talks, there will again be a panel discussion where the speakers will have an opportunity to answer questions that you've submitted via the Q&A box. Again, recordings of today's presentation will also be made available online in the near future. The Smithsonian Botanical Symposium is a fundamental collaboration between the United States Botanic Garden and the Department of Botany at the National Museum of Natural History. And I'd again like to thank everyone on staff at these institutions who has helped to organize this symposium, especially those on the symposium organizing committee who are responsible for selecting the topic and the speakers and for developing a plan. Gary Krupnick in particular, who serves on this committee, has taken the lead in executing this plan and continues to work behind the scenes to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Adriana Reynolds assisted with some of the financial aspects, and Danielle Duran has provided some key logistical support. With that, it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Saharah Moon Chapotin, Executive Director of the United States Botanic Garden, who we've asked to provide some opening remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We're so thrilled to continue this 18-year tradition of partnering with the Botany Department at the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History to convene scientists conducting fascinating, relevant, and cutting-edge research in the plant sciences. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Our longstanding partnership with the Smithsonian is just one of our many partnerships that advance the U.S. Botanic Garden's goal of fostering science and plant conservation in the U.S. and globally. We also work with the Smithsonian Institution to advance native orchid conservation. Through our other partnerships, we support the collection and preservation of material from endangered plants at botanic gardens around the world. We support conservation assessments for trees, native plants, and single-site endemics. And we focused on better understanding and conserving crop wild relatives. More recently, we've also been engaging more directly in conservation and science work. We're actively involved in propagation work for plants such as the Morphophallus titanum, the corpse flower. And we have an active research program on the roof of our conservatory, where we are collecting data on the ability of different plant communities to reduce stormwater runoff in urban settings. We've also been getting back out into the field with partners across the US and the world to collect and conserve plants with recent trips to Texas, the Philippines, and Japan. Looking forward, I would like to invite you to partner with us. We would welcome your expertise and knowledge and would like to share our collections, our facilities, and expertise with you. We have over 50,000 plants in our living collections, including over 500 accessions of plants characterized as vulnerable or G3 and above. Our key collections are US native plants, orchids, desert plants, carnivorous plants, economic plants, and aroids. And I can assure you that within the plants in our collection, we have many that are found in symbiotic relationships. We have extensive growing facilities, and we hope to soon have a lab built at our offsite production facility here in DC. So please reach out to me or Dr. Susan Pell, our Deputy Director, if you have questions or ideas on how you could work with us. We welcome you and your students, especially as we grow our internship programs. I would like to also thank the members of the program committee for their excellent work putting together this year's program. So much appreciation to all the folks that Eric just mentioned, as well as Eric Schuettpelz himself. Yesterday's presents were outstanding, and I know we have several more lined up for this afternoon. I am looking forward to learning all about symbiosis with you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saharah Moon.